Good afternoon, Mom. Good afternoon, everybody. On behalf of Theresia Laveni, I want to explain and give example about the exam material. Okay, the number one material is aspect and classification of language. There are two kinds of classification and of language. Practice in linguistic, genetic or genealogical and typological. The purpose of genetic classification is to group language into family according to the degree of diachronic relatedness. For example, within the Indonesian European family, subfamily as Germany or Celtic are recognized. The subfamily comprise German, English, Dutch, Swedish, Norwegian, Danish, and others on the one hand, and Irish, Welsh, Breton, and others on the other. And the number two material is phonetic. Phonetic is a branch of linguistic studies how human products and perceive sounds, or in the case of sign language. And for example, says phonetic value and interpretation of determinate types are his best assert achievements. And the three material, voice and voiceless. All sound are either voice or voiceless. Voice sound are those that make our vocal cords vibrate when they are produced, and voiceless sound are produced from air passing thoughts the mouth at different points. For example, Robert and Thrive and Salt. And number four material, phonology. Phonology is the science of the vocabulary of language sounds and their distribution. Phonology is defined as the study of language which studies the sound of language product be human speech organs. For example, have some spare copies of your phonology or grammar write-ups to give to anyone interested. And the material number 5 is a phoneme. Phoneme in linguistic smallest unit of speech distinguishing one word or word element from another, as the element P and top, which parts that word from tap, attack, and ten. A phoneme may have more than one variant, card, and allopant. For example, students are then taught to break apart and put together words and phonemes. Okay, and the number 6 material, minimal pairs. In phonology, minimal pairs are pairs of words or phrases in a particular language, spoken or sign, that differ in only the phonological element, such as common and corner and have distinct meaning. They are used to demonstrate that two tones are two separate phonemes in the language. And for example, you can say that or that on a gravestone. And number 7, material. The difference between phonetic and phonology. Phonetic deals with the productions of speech sound by humans, often without prior knowledge of the language being spoken. And phonology is about patterns of sound, especially different pattern of sound in different language or within each language, different patterns of sound, different possession of in the word. And for example is of phonetic, how the letter B in the word bed is spoken. You start out with your lips together. And material number 8, morphology. Morphology is word formation, is a branch of linguistic that identifies the basic units of language as grammatical units. Morphology studies the intricacies of word forms and the effect of the change in a word form on the group meaning of word. And for example, vegetable have a much more in a kind of sensitive morphology. And number 9, the material is syntax. Syntax or now is the kinds of the principles and rules for making sentence in natural language. In addition to these rules, the word syntax is also asked to refer directly to the rules and participle that cover sentence structure in any language, such as modern Irish syntax. And for example, he loves fish tacos. And number 10, semantic. Semantic, also called is semiotic, semiology, or semologically. The psychological and scientific study of meaning in natural and artificial language. The term is one of the group of English words formed from the famous and Greek verb. For example, the adversaries played around with semantic to create a slogan customer would respond to. And number 11, the material in number 11 is sociolinguistic. Sociolinguistic, the study of the sociological aspect of of linguists, sociologists attempt to isolate thus linguistic features that are asked in particular situation and that mark several social relationship among the participant and the significant element of the situation. And for example, is a study of Spanish and English being spoken together in Spanish. And number 12 material is psychological psycholinguistic. Psycholinguistic is the discipline that investigates and describe the psychological process that make it possible for humans to master and as language. And for example, the study of how the psychopaths and respond on language. I think that's all. Thank you, mom. Thank you, everybody.